Hi, I'm Aaron Taylor-Johnson, and these are my movie moments. Well, I guess, I guess I could say Kick-Ass was definitely a big introduction into the world of like that sort of comic book world of comics and films, and also my character was someone who I was playing a fanboy, so, you know, diving into the world of all the different comics out there. But you know, growing up on watching Wolverine, Spider-Man and Superman, you know, those were like the things I had when I was a kid, you know. I mean, there's plenty, but I can say though that, you know, Russell Crowe was definitely an actor who I grew up watching, who I was a huge admirer of, and you know, was one of my heroes, and to then play the dynamic of father and son in this movie, and we go pretty head to head, which was nice. It was just, yeah, that was a dream, and he's so good in this movie. I feel like, you know, we've got like Russell Crowe, you know, hard R action. He's menacing, he's tough, and it's so good.
Was working with Russell Crowe and kind of seeing him on set for the first time. Do you still get kind of pinch me moments like that when you get to?
Yeah, definitely get pinch me moments. It's like, yeah, someone's saying like, what's the first day on every film? So it's like, like every day. You know, I definitely have like a moment of just like extreme gratitude, really, that you know, this is something I've been doing since I was a kid, and like the fact that I can continue doing it in my 30s and be able to do movies at this scale, and on, you know, work with interesting filmmakers, and be in the room with like some of my idols. I mean, to do Bullet Train with Brad Pitt and then Kraven with Russell Crowe, that's amazing for me. Yeah, that's a dream. So yeah, I'm constantly pinching myself. That gratitude, I couldn't be any more, you know, feel grateful. Yeah. I would say it would be sort of Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan action, really. Yeah, my dad was a lot, you know, forced a lot of Bruce Lee onto me, and I think I was more like, what, you know, Jackie Chan's like. But it was sort of that combination, probably.
What do you think of Rush Hour?
Love Rush Hour.
Yeah.
For me, when I was 12, I got a chance to work with Jackie Chan, so it was kind of like, that was a dream kind of come true.
Obviously in Kraven there are a lot of action scenes. Did working with him and growing up on him and Bruce Lee kind of influence how you take on those scenes?
Yeah, I think so, absolutely, because I think, you know, the approach that those actors go to, especially Jackie, who I work with, so I really saw firsthand how he would take an environment in and really inform just not only action, but like how to act in an environment, because it becomes the reality. You know, you can learn your lines in the hotel room the night before, but you know, when you get on set, it becomes different. But yeah, he was incredible, and yeah, the mentality, the discipline, and everything that they go through. Yeah, I definitely put that into this for sure.
You do your own stunts in this, and you spoke about like running barefoot, which on concrete, not very easy to do. Were there any scenes, action scenes in this film that were kind of really enjoyable for you to film, or maybe a little bit difficult?
Yeah, actually, the funny thing was probably the hardest thing was doing Russian. Actually, that was probably more the challenging thing. The action side of things is a lot of fun, and yeah, a lot of things there were some pieces of stunts that we were doing which were wire work, running up walls and movement that can be tricky just with camera movements and timing and things like that. But ultimately, yeah, it was a joy to be embraced in that stunt team. Incredible crew. We had 5 stunt doubles for Kraven, and we became a close team. And I was encouraged and supported to be able to do as much as I could, so that really we don't have to cut away, and you could feel that it was really, you know, that Kraven is doing these things. Obviously, there's one that I did with my wife, Nowhere Boy, where I played Lennon, which was a real eye-opener for me to kind of inform so much about how to kind of study each character, because obviously with that, there was so much source material that I needed to kind of find out in a period of Lennon's life, and as a coming-of-age story, is this beautiful story that, and so, you know, you had to really kind of go into detail on that. And then I realised that actually I liked working within that sort of, those limitations and those sort of boundaries. So, so kind of putting that onto things like this, like Kraven, to have this source material, like Kraven's Last Hunt, which is the end of his life and career, and work backwards and kind of go, right, he's clearly got some dark demons that he needs to deal with, and where did they come from? And that's kind of this story, so it's kind of really informed so much.
Obviously, you're no stranger to a little bit of music in film. You know, you did Nowhere Boy, and then there's also obviously the iconic Angel Songs and Perfect Snogging, where you were in Stiff Dillons. I was just wondering, with Kraven the Hunter, is there a song that you think he would devour doing karaoke, or like,
yeah, some kind of Metallica or something like that. I think, you know, like there's some really cool score in this. It's like there's this sort of eerie Russian old classic score in this, and I feel like he'd be like that, or it'd be yeah, I reckon it'd be like some sort of like heavy metal vibe playing in the wild for sure. It'd probably be like a Russell movie, or like a Kevin Costner movie or something like that, you know? Yeah. I mean, listen, I think Spider-Man's amazing. I think it's exciting, you know, and I think it's amazing how, you know, all three of the lads have been standalone, amazing Spider-Man. So that's one of my favourite superheroes, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Actually.
And do you think Kraven could take him?
I feel like you should come and watch this movie, and you can make that decision up for yourself.